Hi, and welcome to Big Bin of Catholic Books number 8.
The one with all the audiobooks.
I'm Jennifer, and this is Kate, and we are volunteer church librarians. We help sift through and sort all the donations that come into our church library. And recently, because we are bursting the shelves, the church decided that all our CDs and audiobooks, they're just going to go away.
So this bin is mostly, if not completely, full of different CD audiobooks that the church is passing on, and we get to look through them and see what we've got.
Yeah, hopefully we can sell some of these and raise some funds for the church library. We are moving to a new room, a very nice, beautiful room. Thank you to our priest for giving us this space. And we want to make it really nice, but also useful and practical. So let's see what we have. It is a lot of CDs, Do you guys still have CD players? We have a CD player, but evidently that's because we're dinosaurs or I'm a dinosaur. Let us know in the comments if you still have and use a CD player. We don't know where to start.
There's just a bunch of CDs, like individual CDs stacked on top.
Oh, this was Dr. Brant Petrie, Jesus the Bridegroom, the greatest love story ever told. I would listen to this, yeah.
Life-giving love.
Oh, that's Jason Evert.
Yeah.
He does a lot for Catholic teenagers, so.
And the Holy Spirit from Lighthouse Talks, Augustine Institute.
These are all really good, so it kind of makes me sad that the church isn't keeping them, but I guess, we do understand the fact that, nobody has a CD player in the car anymore except for me.
Well, your car is like 12 years old, so.
I love my car. It still works. It's fine.
Parent educator. Birth to 6 years old. That sounds familiar.
This could be really good, like a Montessori home, the first school. Yeah, I think we could find a happy home for that. I think that will be an easy one to pass on to the right person. As will this one, St. Faustina's Diary. Who didn't want St. Faustina's Diary? The church has multiple copies of this. This is a nice new paperback. Wow.
So we have like an entire CD series or something here. A Catholic Catechism. This is volume 10, and there's a bunch just sitting here.
This is 11.
9.
And this is by Archbishop Fulton Sheen. So evidently, this is a CD set of different topics that he's talking about. It's on CD-ROM. I had to see if this plays in my CD player, but there's a whole bunch of them. I'm not sure. How many do we have there?
I saw number 12. I'm not sure if we have a full set, but...
3. Yeah, we have the full set, or we have 12.
We have 12.
12 of Fulton Sheen Catechism on CD-ROM. So, wow.
Aren't we lucky?
Maybe somebody would like to have that. I bet it's pretty good. Yeah. I don't know how we're going to beat that, but let's see. We have Jesus Christ, Our True High Priest from Ignatius Press. This is a 3-part, looks like a DVD. Oh, it's Father Mitch Pacwa. I was just reading recently that I think he's the one who speaks like 15 languages fluently or something. So definitely this could be a good one.
A CD on Divine Mercy 101.
Oh, it's killing me. These aren't going to be in our church library, but I get it. The whole CD thing, it's,
There's Father Chris.
All right, it's all available as audio.
You can get it online.
Yeah, you can get it. We can get it online. Okay, but you cannot find this online because this is written in Vietnamese. I don't know what it says, but it does say Vietnam down here on the bottom. So that's interesting. We will have to research it more. I do recognize the name of Jesus in this book. Soc King. I can't speak Vietnamese. Who am I fooling? Put this one down. Okay.
Catholics and Sacred Scripture, Moral Theology. Presented by Joseph Norris.
Okay, I don't know about
Good for
that.
Joseph.
Good. Here's another production from Jason Evert. How to Talk to Teens About Chastity, which is a very, timely subject. A lot of people need this information, so we'll see if we can pass this on to a good home.
Then we have
The
Trials of St. Patrick from the Augustine Institute.
And here is Brother Francis. These are the audio dramas. So good. We can listen to these anytime through Formed. They're a treat for sure.
Next we have His Holiness Pope Francis. Prayer for our Holy Father on the back.
Always good to pray for the Pope.
And then we have Treasury of Novenas. It's a little book.
That looks like it could be very helpful, very good, handy reference. Because all novena prayers are online, but to find one and print it out and then carry it around, why would you do all that when you could just have this beautiful little book?
More than 40 of the most popular novenas.
Oh, with the bookmark.
We have Saint Charbel.
Oh, can't go wrong with Saint Charbel. So
and cute. See You Later, Alligator from Sophie.
Okay.
Which is a bookmark, in case you weren't aware.
Okay, here's a quote from Saint Charbel. Preserve the warmth of the family because the warmth of the whole world cannot make up for it. That's beautiful. Go Saint Charbel. Next up, Saint Peter Julian Emeard. I don't know how to say it. Bread for the Journey, Counsels for the Spiritual Life. Now that could be really good. And inside was an everyday prayer. O Jesus, in honor of the sacramental presence in all the tabernacles throughout the world, have mercy on us.
That book is heavily dog-eared as well.
Yes, and underlined. Somebody definitely, every other page is dog-eared. Someone really loved this book, so it always makes me wonder, why did they decide to get rid of it? I hope it doesn't mean that someone died. That's often the case. So,
Creation or Creationism, What's a Catholic to Think? So 9 lectures. Okay.
Looks like we have some that are parts of educational series. Here is the Eucharist. Come to the table, take and eat.
Living into Death, Dying into Life. A Christian Theology on Life Eternal. So again, that sort of series thing going on.
Mark Hart, Blessed Are the Bored in Spirit. We have this book. I don't think I've ever made it all the way through though. I feel like it was geared for someone who's just starting to learn about the Catholic faith. So could be a good resource for that. A Young Catholic Search for Meaning. Good for teenagers.
Catholics and Sacred Scripture, Sacraments, by Joseph Norris. He did the other one.
We have a set. We'll put those together.
Yeah.
And then we have here, How to Talk to Atheists by Patrick Coffin. Patrick Coffin was formerly the host of Catholic Answers live online on the radio, so he is very knowledgeable. I feel like he's kind of...
he's got his own way as of
He's got
late.
his own way as of late. I would say a little bit inflammatory, so that kind of makes me sad. But I did enjoy him on Catholic Answers, so maybe I'll listen to this.
Daily Prayers to Save America, the Mantle of Mary Project.
Wow. Well,
Okay.
that could be very helpful. Praying to save America.
God's Battalions, the Case for the Crusades. Rodney Stark.
Okay.
Cool.
So this is very interesting. Rodney Stark is not a Catholic, but he has written Catholic apologetic books. His whole thing is that he says, I am so sick of people writing things that are not true about the Catholic Church. So we read another one of his books for school. So he does a really good job of presenting things like the Crusades and the Inquisition in a very neutral, like just the facts light. Mm-hmm. So he's very Catholic friendly. And I would definitely listen to this one on CD. Okay, so next I see, and I can't believe that we're disposing of this, the Truth in Life Dramatized Audio Bible. This looks like it is the whole New Testament set, 1, 2, and 3, the whole audio drama of the New Testament. It is so good. So I know there's someone out there who would like to have this. If you've never heard it, Truth in Life, it is very, very good. It brings the whole gospel to life.
Pope Benedict the 16th, Jesus of Nazareth.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to sit in my very old car with my CD player, and I am going to listen to this because it has been on my list to read for a while. Pope Benedict the 16th, you can't go wrong with him. All right, I'm not sure what this is. The Last 7 Words of Christ. Oh, Bishop Barron.
Of course.
I'm sure he has a lot to say in his learned, very learned way. This is a 2-disc set, Tre Ore.
Oh, the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, isn't that
Who
lovely?
doesn't love the 7 deadly sins?
27 lectures on 10 CDs.
That's a lot of sin going on.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. So again, that's good Latin listening right there. You know, you don't want those 7 deadly sins lurking in your life. The Universal Sacrament of Salvation, Catholic Theology on the Church by Monsignor McGee. 18 lectures on 17 CDs.
The Legacy of John Paul II. For ya.
Very good.
Alrighty.
So you could go right from Benedict to John Paul II, and that would be good.
Yeah.
And along with that, History of the Mass, 12 lectures on 5 CDs. Oh, this looks like it could be really good. It talks about how the Mass evolved through the centuries, like the Roman Mass, the medieval Mass, the challenge of the Protestant Reformation, Catholic response. So yeah, this is Father John Baldevin, a Jesuit. Jesuits are very brainy. I'm sure he has a lot of good things to say.
Mm-hmm.
We had Bishop Barron, and now we have Bishop Beagle over here, who has nothing to say on theological matters at all. He's just chewing on his stuffed animal toys over there. Moving on, Mother Angelica by Raymond Arroyo. We have the book. It is very good. If you've never heard her whole story, it is definitely worth checking out. Okay, Bishop Beagle is strolling by. All right, here's Bishop Beagle. He heard that Bishop Barron was in the house, so Bishop Beagle has brought Squirrely, his favorite toy. So just what we need, a stinky beagle and a stinky beagle toy. All right, go away, Bishop Beagle. Yeah, we've got Bishop Barron. We don't need you. Thank you.
We have the Gospel of Mark. Yay. Shortest, but first.
If you have never heard Dr. Tim Gray talk about the Gospel of Mark, put that on your list. This is not Dr. Gray, but his whole history and oh my goodness, all his commentary on Mark is so good. One of my very favorite Bible studies that he did. Here we go. A Hobbit, a Wardrobe, and the Great War, which is the story of J.R.R. Tolkien and C.S. Lewis when they were fighting in the First World War, which I tried to read this book, and I thought it would be more about Tolkien and C.S. Lewis, but I don't know, it just wasn't what I expected. Let me know in the comments if you've read this and you really liked it.
Pope John Paul II again.
Okay.
Gift and Mystery.
Very good. All right, so here's a really fun one. The Best of Catholic Answers Live. 47 answers to questions from non-Catholics. I always love listening to the show when they have people call in and they say, tell us why you're not Catholic, or ask us any Catholic questions. So this would be a really fun one.
We have another little series, Science and Religion. 3-part series.
Oh, I think that's from the Great Courses Plus, or the Great Courses. Yeah,
it's through the Great Courses.
Great Courses. This could be really fun. Staples versus Gregg, a radio debate on air. So I guess Tim Staples from Catholic Answers debated someone about tradition, the papacy, and the Eucharist. If you homeschool, this could be a real fun study and debate, you know, like how Tim and how the other guy do, you know, like learn the technique of debating.
We have 199 reasons to be thankful. Constellations, the closeness of God.
Yeah, be thankful. This looks like some type of a journal. Jesus gives us the hope we need. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. I like blank journals. I can always find something to do with a blank journal.
The Last Secret of Fatima.
Ooh.
By Conversations with Sister Lucia. Foreword by Pope Benedict.
Who is the interviewer?
By Cardinal Tarcisco Bertone.
Oh.
Probably butchered his name, but
Bertone. I don't know.
Yeah, he sounds like he's Italian, but by a cardinal.
Oh, wow. So I wonder if it's actually Sister Lucia's voice, you know, on the recording because he interviewed her. How cool would that be? The real story of the Reformation. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but reading about the Reformation and Martin Luther, that just gives me a big old headache. I don't know. I just feel like, oh, not the Reformation again.
Yeah.
Not my favorite topic. Luther had a lot of issues, that's all I'll say. And so, yeah, okay. So I remember reading one time that he thought he was going to fix the Catholic Church, and that he was astonished that so many different denominations spun off. Like, you're not right either, Luther. Like, he could never get over the fact that they thought that his take on it wasn't right either. So there you go. Where does it end?
I will see you in heaven.
Oh.
The dog on the front.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that about pets?
Yes.
Okay.
Pets in heaven. Yes.
Pets in
that's
heaven.
What this is about.
Okay, so that's hotly debated. Do my pets go to heaven? I've listened to Father Mike talk about that. He says that everything that you need to make you happy will be in heaven. So if you need your dog to make you happy, then your dog will be in heaven. However, who's going to make you the most happy? God. So will there be pets in heaven? I don't know. In the book of Revelation, Jesus rides a white horse. So where did he get the horse if it wasn't from heaven? I don't know. So these are issues that are not for laymen maybe to have the final say on, but it's interesting to think about. Right. The Most Holy Rosary on CD with Dr. Scott Hahn. Yes, please. He looks very, very young on the back cover.
Finance Land, Your Money Counts by Howard Dayton.
What is the date on that one?
96,
Yeah.
thereabouts.
It brings up an interesting question. I was recently looking over our finance section in the library, and I found a lot of books from the 90s and the early 2000s. How applicable is that to our modern times, especially post-COVID? It's a whole different world. So I'm kind of lobbying for, do we need to keep these older books in the church library? Because I don't know if a lot of their principles still apply. So if you have thoughts about that, let us know down in the comments. Is this worth keeping because it just has good sound principles that are timeless? Or should we focus more on, let's go with more up-to-date, post-COVID, information. How the Catholic Church built Western civilization. I am currently listening to this on Hoopla, and it's okay. I mean, it's very, very interesting. The narrator for the version that I'm listening to is not very dynamic. I don't know if it's the author himself, but definitely it's worth picking up. The chapters on medieval history are really very interesting.
Family Devotions, Volume 2. Here's Volume 1.
I don't know if this is Catholic. I mean, not that it couldn't be good if it's not Catholic. I just tend to want something like this to be from the Catholic perspective, because then you get the wisdom of the saints and the popes. This is Tyndale House Publishing. This is not Catholic because Tyndale was a Protestant reformer guy, I think. Next, Recall Abortion by Janet Morana, forwarded by Father Frank Pavone. Okay, not going to touch that whole thing with Father Frank Pavone, but it's from 2016, I think. Yeah, new publication, St. Benedict's Press, newish.
Newish.
For some reason, we've gotten a lot of these donated recently to the church library. I don't know if some group did a Bible study or like a study using these. This one looks completely brand new.
Then, From Creation to Catholicism, The Story of Salvation History. What are you doing? With Patrick Coffin and Trent Horn.
Oh, that could be good.
Good.
We love Trent Horn. Fathers of Mercy Parish Mission, Thirst for Truth, Battle for Souls. Father Casey and Father Wade Menendez. I think I'm saying that right. I think this must have been a parish mission, a long one, because there are like 6 or 7 CDs in here.
See, some more just random CDs. So we have the Council of Trent and the Reformations.
Okay.
All right.
I might make a plea for some of these that I think would be really good, like the Faith, like Truth in Life audio. I mean, that is so good. And I know there are nerdy people who still have CD players.
I think they're not that uncommon.
They're not that
honestly.
uncommon, and this is such a tremendous resource. I think I might make a plea for some of these. Like, don't get rid of us. Someone will like us. Okay, Archbishop Fulton Sheen, there is life in the womb. He reveals the underpinnings of the tragedy of abortion. So if you want to hear Fulton Sheen on abortion, this is it.
Last Call, the Catholic Teaching on Death, Judgment, Heaven, Hell by Tim Staples.
I want to listen to them all. I mean, I can't. I could, but then we still have to eat and do laundry and things. So it's a dilemma. It's a paradox.
We can't devote our life to listening to it.
The Bible and the Quran by a Dominican order of preachers. I don't know anything about this. I don't really feel called to study the Quran, but I know there are people, that's their thing.
Pope Benedict XVI, again, Charity in Truth.
The more I read B16, the more I just fall in love with his writings. I feel like he's definitely going to be on the fast track to sainthood. He writes in such a gentle and warm and loving way that you can understand. Yeah, sometimes when I read John Paul II, it goes, whew. When I read Bishop Barron, a lot of times, whew. But Benedict XVI, yes. Theology of the Body, Father John Ricardo, 4-part CD set. That would be great for your teenagers to listen to. Prayer Journal 2020 takes us back to a not happier time. Here's another pope. Okay, this one looks like it's written in Spanish. Looks like a children's picture book. Yes, it must be written for children because I can read it and understand it pretty easily, and my Spanish is very sketchy. So here he is on the streets, Rio de Janeiro.
Meditations for the New Mother.
Sometimes these are really, really good. Sometimes they're really cheesy. But this one looks like it's older, maybe a vintage. God's Guide to Reconciliation. This must have been a duplicate copy. Okay, so, nice sweet illustrations. We'll find a good home for this one. Very sweet.
And then,
I don't know why it's rubber.
lastly, we have the Times magazine with Pope Francis.
Is that Man of the Year or something? Person of the Year?
Person of the
Year. So we are now at the end of our bin. Yes, this definitely was mostly audiobooks, CDs. So a change of pace. I kind of miss the old vintage books though. Yeah. This has been very enlightening because I didn't know things like this were out there. I will definitely look for the debates. Maybe if I went to Catholic Answers online, I could stream them from there. But in the meantime, I can listen to these in the car. I'm going to drive all across America listening to Catholic CDs. But again, let us know in the comments, do you think our church should just get rid of all the CDs? They're keeping the DVDs, Bible study sets, things like that, like Catholicism by Bishop Barron. But all these random type of things, it's true that we just don't have room. We are still getting an average of anywhere from 30 to like 150 donated items a month. So we have a lot coming in and we just can't keep everything.
Can't keep it all.
Yeah.
So
okay.
These are going.
All right.
All these.
So that is Big Bin number 8.
Yep. So we hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for sticking with us through another one. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.